I think it's unfair for what my dad has to go through. Life has its own ways of really pushing your face into the mud and keeping you down there with no intentions of bringing you back up for an extended amount of time. And I think I'm seeing that through the lens of my dad. And I think, if we have no moral values or religion or any cultural beliefs that pushes us to how we act in these bad situations, I think we'll end up far more lost and in despair with how things happened in life. And I think that's the importance of having a religion or a certain philosophy to follow. I think it's unfair. I just think it's very unfair for what my dad has to go through. I feel like he has to put his life on pause and just serve what needs to be served. For context, my grandmother has been ill, and my grandfather has also been ill. He has been sick and disabled recently due to an really long-term injury, and he hasn't been able to walk, so he's quite dependent, and he's still recovering from the injury. And then comes my grandmother, who is sick and having, health complications. They're both getting old, and it's understandable that, they need more attention because of their old age. And I get the fight and the sacrifice my dad willingly pursues to be this to be a good son, to be a serving son to both his parents. I get that. I understand that. It's just like putting myself in his shoes, I just feel it's very exhausting and depressing to be putting a life on pause and forcing yourself to cycle between working and also serving your parents, and maybe some touch of family time too, and just cycling between those and not really having time for yourself and for your own needs and your own hobbies, your own spark that keeps you alive. I feel like that's very tiring, even though how great it sounds on a how do you say, like a level of sacrifice. I just feel so unfair for my dad. He works a ton and he struggles a lot to balance between working and also forcing himself to spend time with the family as well, and then going to serve his parents as well. being the doctor in the family. So he is the one the point of contact whenever um, my grandparents have any medical complications. And I get that, I understand that. It's just that it gets to a point, man. Like, putting myself in his shoes, I just feel so tired for him. And it brings me to the fact that, damn, I am not ready for such things to happen. I am not ready to, in case that the time comes for me to be the man to suppress everything in my life for a bit, or like my passions, my interests, or whatever, to fully divert my attention to something that is out of my control, such as my parents getting sick and whatnot. And because of these things, I just feel this level of respect, and I feel like he's very strong and brave, and it's very courageous of my dad to go through all this and still come back home with a smile on his face. He really is a man that I look up to. He's like, in my head, he's the definition of a true masculine man who works hard to provide for his family, not only his immediate family but also his parents, his siblings. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my dad. And although I still find it awkward and hard to profess that face to face in front of him, I just hope that someday I would be able to do so, Yeah, and that is day 12 of the series. I don't know what to feel about it, because I feel like I should do something as a son and as a grandson, but I also have other things in my life that I need to worry about. Like, as of currently, as of my priorities, I still have, I still need to look for a job. I still need to work on my projects. And it gets a bit much in the head. And for that, today hearing all the news about what's happening between my grandparents, and how my dad had to leave everything and just go attend his mother to the hospital and stuff. It gets to a point, it feels very, very tiring. It feels very exhausting. I just feel very sad, but at the same time I feel very proud of my dad. And I think the conclusion is, I think my dad's goated. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, Abba, you are very goated, and I love you. And I hope one day I get to say it in front of your face. But for now, it would just be to this audience. I hope you never find this video though, because this is just like a reflective journal. So that is day 12. Thank you for watching. Towards a happier tomorrow, I hope. Okay,